thank you very much for coming back to my studio. And to those new, thank you for stopping by. And before we move forward, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. And I hope you watched the part 1 of this video. I'm sure you did. Please do. Don't be shy to tell lie. Just please watch it. And seriously, please watch it so you can understand the purpose of this part 2. Because if you don't watch the part 1, you might be confused because it gets slightly deeper now. And of course, this the part 2 will be before the final part, which is part 3 for the next upcoming video. So I said, please do click the subscribe button so you can be notified for the final part of this video. Anyway, in the first part is about showing the geometry techniques, how to draw this the grand entrance of this classical architecture. Which is based on the Urban East Gallery in Kettering, located in one of the small town in England. Look, let's come closer. With the rustications, isn't it? Looks majestic. That video showing the techniques, how to understand this building that was designed using geometry method, geometry, proportion, ratio, to create certain kind of design. That by doing that, you can understand each size of the scale of this stonework, threshold, column, the height, the length, the width are all connected, starting with the geometry line to begin with. More of the profiling, yes, the detail, profiling detail of the columns, such as the base, the capital, the stone, the arch, the pattern, the pedestal as a setup. But in this video, more of moving into the architrave, which is slightly above the capital of the columns, and also add a bit more hatch to indicate the depth, the expose and enclose this facade, particularly those rusticated stonework, where you need to accentuate the hidden part of the join the mortar, where the stone laid on top of each other, and also how we expose some part of protruding, exposing and hidden setback using hatch line, going vertical and diagonal lines, as well as to show the texture of the material properties of this stonework as the main material property of this building. This part 2 is more of adding thicker line, basically, also adjusting much on the line from the part 1. So yeah, please watch the first one if you didn't, and watch this so you can understand for the final part 3. And please click the subscribe button to support, and so you could be notified for the next final video. Without further ado, thank you very much. Hi guys, I hope you watched the part 1 of this video, and this is the next part 2, the continuation of the previous video. In this one, I'm just more adding into the line drawings. For now, as you can see here, is I'm working on the part of this is the architrave, just above the capital of these columns. And of course, starting with the horizontal lines, try to be much thin line, fine line as possible. Of course, before I add these lines, I need to look at the detail of the architrave. The architrave is the more kind of the columns, just right above the capital column, in between the cornice right above it. Because of this paper is quite small, I won't be able to show the entire cornice, the cornice detail on top of this architrave. For now, showing this architrave part of this very important features of these facade. Usually has 3 lines. It has this kind of a curvy shape above it, then vertical line 90 degree, and setback twice. But for now it's just showing I'm doing the profile of this line, and whatever happened on the left is happened on the right, typical of symmetrical drawings. Symmetrical traditional architecture. And basically this exercise of this drawing is more adding more of the lines, adjust my previous line to make it much more clearer, so that the setting of my original drawing, the first set when I set up this drawing, eventually we vanish in this drawing, rather than just the indication of this multi-layers of lines as I started it. So on these threshold, the doors, the arch shape, and using again the geometry to create an imaginary center point to make it easy to show the brick or the stonework, the rusticated stonework. The line must be pointing toward the center point of this imaginary center point of this arch, so that there will be the shape and the location of this rusticated stonework. That is in reality would be this like this. So now I just need to readjust this semi-circular shape. It's not perfect. You won't be surprised. You won't be able to do a perfect round shape using merely hand drawings. But in this exercise, I'm not going to use any sort of tool, but using just hand drawings without using any of the tool that make a round shape. And the next one is I'm going to indicate the frameworks, the timber frame of this the doors around, just offset the line, the inward on the opening of this work, assuming it's a wooden doors. Let's go starting with just one vertical horizontal line. You see, if you look at the beauty of geometry drawings is that I could set up a certain things to begin with, and all connected. The drawing as you go along, each component, each line are connected with the first one. One line lead to another. That one make the drawing is much easier. In a way, being methodical, using geometry lines, and the result of it looks rather complex, but complex only in the eyes. If you know how it starts, as I am demonstrating right now, as from part 1 and now part 2, if you do it properly, if you learn and look at it properly, it's actually very simple. There's nothing complex about it at all, providing that you just need to draw it in a methodical way, as I'm doing right now. So the next one, and I'm going to accentuate the gap between each of these stonework. Of course, it has the each stone, they are separate stone, similar size, but using a mortar to bind them together. So it's kind of a laid back, so to allow this stonework to protruding outward, so it gives a sense of exposed and enclosed to accentuate the material, this the rustication of this building facade. This is what it's all about. Is all what you see is what you get. The honesty of this structure based on the ancient, the traditional architecture, although this is more of a part of the ornamental features, not entirely structure, but using this traditional or the ancient architecture or structure to be part of this building cosmetic, the facade. Really, it looks rather beautiful. So this gap, the indication of this gap between stone, the way they were laid, then used as part of the building facade. So I'm doing that exactly the same thing, where in reality you see the gap between where the mortar is. So when it comes to rendering or hatching, it is better to start with dark line, then move on to more detail later. Now I'm doing the fine vertical lines. Just keep a bit of a texture on this door, as it is much darker, as it is much hidden. And you can see this pretty much of a horizontal and vertical lines is what this drawing is about. And again, I'm going to hatch that part, assuming the light is coming from the left. And left above, the light from the left and above. So the shadow of each of these stones will be from the left toward the right side of the page, and from above as well. When it comes to this kind of drawings, it's all about, you have to think as an architect or designers, when drawing is all about having this sense of three-dimensional thinking as you go along. So drawing with hands is, the beauty of drawing with hand is not just executing things or design or anything that you intend to design, but it's more of it has a feeling in it. You draw with feeling as opposed to drawing with computer software. And now I'm going to hatch the between this column to bring this column forward. So I'm going to hatch that side by assuming that the shadow of the light is coming from the left, so it will be the shadow of this column is on the right, this side. Of course, I start with a very fine vertical line first. The idea of this exercise, this drawing, is about showing how much line time takes, or time consuming, to execute this one tiny piece of drawings. Methodically. In a way, everyone can draw, really. Anybody can draw, providing you take time, you have the passion to draw. Some people get fed up. Some people would say, I don't have time, that is a waste of time. Many people are actually impatient. That's why they said, oh, I can draw. There's no such thing. Anyone cannot draw. Everybody can draw. Like anything else. You have to make effort. You have to be very, very passionate in anything. So now, the next one is the bit of the setback a bit on this rustication stonework on the threshold between the flat facade and toward the doors, so slightly curved shape. So by hatching it, I'm going to intend to show that how it set back a bit, curved, slightly curvy shape, concave I would say. And again, that one is this stone here is slightly forward, much more, a bit of a overhang above the other stonework, which is connected to that column. And I'm not going to hatch the column for now for this one. With more focus on the this stonework. Give a bit of a shadow, the shades, as well as the texture. And similar to this side, I'm again going to hatch that on the right side of this left column. Well, this is the hatching process to indicate the expose and enclose, the setback and outward the overhang of this facade, because I've done most of the profiling detail of this line drawing, such as the architrave, the capital of this column, the pedestal, the base, the stone, rusticated stoneworks, the overhang, the setback, and so on. So now it's about hatching using the vertical lines and diagonal lines to accentuate the enclosed and exposed, the hidden, and just to show the characteristic of this rusticated door facade, building facade in geometry drawings. So it's been quite a while, a few minutes now. So to complete this drawing, I hope you will watch for the final part 3, and which will be continued for the finishing of this rusticated stonework building facade on the base on the Arbor Gallery in Kettering. And I hope it worthwhile sharing, and I hope you would watch for the next part. And please don't forget to subscribe and click and share and like. And thank you very much once again. Thank you very much, and see you at the next video, the final part. Many thanks.